Oddballs, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a story time video for you guys, and this is a story about a really creepy, scary driving experience I had many years ago when I first passed my driving test. I'm amazed that I wasn't traumatized for life. I'm surprised that I got back behind the wheel of a car because I was really scared by this experience. It really creeped me out. Like I said, this was going back when I first passed my driving test, and it was quite late at night. It must have been heading towards like 11, half past 11 at night. And I was driving home, like this guy that I'd been on a date with, I think. He was the guy from the First Kiss story time that I did recently, the saliva guy. It was him. So I was driving him home and it was late, it was dark, there were no other cars on the road, it was very quiet out. And then we came around a corner and we were approaching kind of like a crossroads of traffic lights. And then on the left, right here, is the turning to go up into the hospital. So as we're approaching the traffic lights, my light is green, but I noticed there's someone crossing the road. So I start to slow down to give them time to cross, because obviously I'm not going to just plow them down. But as I'm slowing down, I notice this person isn't crossing the road. This person is just chilling in the middle of the road, just standing there. As we get closer, I notice it's a woman and she's got her back to us, so she's not facing as if she's crossing on the crossing. She's like facing into the junction of the traffic lights, if that makes sense to anyone. And she's just like not moving. And she was wearing what I assumed was a nightgown. It was like down to her knees. It was like shapeless and baggy and plain. For all I know, it could have been a hospital gown, but I really don't know. And I'm a bit vague on the details because it happened so long ago. So by this point, I've come to a stop at the traffic lights, even though the light is green, because this woman is still in the road. And I really didn't know what to do. I didn't want to beep her because that would have been super rude, but equally, she was just showing no sign of moving anywhere anytime soon. Now, it's worth mentioning that my biggest and admittedly most irrational fear in life is zombies. I've always been afraid of driving alone at night because of this ridiculous fear of zombies. I don't know what that is. I know it's really stupid. As I've gotten older, it's gotten better to an extent, but I'm still kind of terrified of zombies. So we are pulled up at these traffic lights in the middle of the night. It's dark everywhere. There's no one else on the road except for us and this woman who's just like standing in the middle of the road. And then very slowly, she turns around and looks into the car and like stares into my soul. And you guys know me, I don't tend towards the dramatic in any way, but I was like, oh my gosh, we are going to die. She's going to eat our brains. It was just so unnerving because she was just in the middle of the road, staring into the car, looking at us, not kind of like looking at us like she wanted our attention or like she was about to come over and ask for directions or something. She just had this really intense, oh, I've got shivers just thinking about it, and I don't know that I can describe it in a way that you guys will understand why it was so creepy. She had this glazed expression. She was just staring, and it was, I don't know. So I'd obviously had enough of this whole Dawn of the Dead experience, and I was like, no more of this. So I started to reverse the car because I needed to get back past the traffic lights so I could like nip into the left-hand lane and like bypass the creepy zombie lady. As I'm reversing, this car comes around the corner at speed because obviously it's late at night, the roads are empty, they're not expecting a whole bizarre Day of the Dead fandango going on in the middle of the road. So he starts beeping and obviously not understanding what's going on because the light is green, and I'm trying to like be like, no, you need to go back, I need to reverse, and this woman is still just staring at me. Eventually he kind of understood that something was going on, he backed up, and I was able to reverse and bypass the woman by going through the hospital, and then the guy behind did the same. But I was creeped out for the rest of the night and several weeks afterwards. In hindsight, the most likely options are it was either a woman who lived in one of the houses nearby who was just off her face on drugs, or it could have been someone from the hospital. But all the wards I've visited in that hospital, like, they have desks in every ward with people who are there to make sure that like people just don't wander in and out, and they also, you have to like be buzzed in and out of the wards. So I don't see that they would just like let some random patient wander off into the night, you know, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know if you guys will consider this to be scary, but if you were there and saw this woman, it was really scary. Maybe she was a ghost. She definitely wasn't a zombie, but maybe she was a ghost. Who knows? So that's it for my creepy storytime video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more storytime videos, I know a lot of you enjoy them, then just go ahead and let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, then please go ahead and click the subscribe button to become a member of the Oddball family. And for those of you who are already subscribed, thank you guys so much. You are my Oddballs and I love you. Have you guys ever had like a super creepy, maybe potentially paranormal type experience? Let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye! Click the subscribe. Approaching the driving thing. Look how fancy my mug is. It's a Bell mug, but kind of like a tankard. I don't know. Just giving me a bit of a glow, and other people have noticed. I feel like I'm in an Olay advert. Like, everyone noticed how glowing my skin was.